Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer, where we're going literally behind the walls and deep under the soil of Harrisonville, Missouri, to uncover the hidden science of your home's plumbing. I am so excited to guide you through this, because what seems like just basic pipes and water is actually a highly complex, beautifully engineered ecosystem. If you live or work in Cass County, what we're going to uncover today directly impacts your daily life, your property value, and honestly, your absolute peace of mind.
Today, we're mapping out the whole life cycle of local plumbing. We'll look at the local environment, common failures, the science behind the codes, a 3-step repair process, and finally, proactive protection. Let's get right into it.
All right, Section 1, Harrisonville's unique plumbing environment. To really get a grip on our local plumbing, we've got to start with the actual ground we're building on. You know, you might think plumbing is the exact same everywhere, right? Like a pipe is just a pipe. But what makes the plumbing ecosystem in Cass County so incredibly unique? Well, local plumbers aren't just dealing with water. They're navigating a really specific, kind of wild geographical landscape that puts constant stress on the infrastructure. It is a surprisingly intense environment down there. Think of it as a multi-front battle. Underground, we've got this clay soil that's constantly shifting. It acts almost like a giant geological accordion, squeezing and putting immense stress on those buried pipes. Above ground, brutal winter freeze-thaw cycles. Then you throw in hard water from local wells that just coats everything it touches in heavy mineral deposits. Plus, heavy spring rains that completely overwhelm older sewer systems. It's a lot. And this battle, it changes completely depending on your zip code. If you're in one of those gorgeous, historic downtown buildings near the courthouse, your pipes are probably fighting internal corrosion and outdated galvanized steel. But if you're out by Highway 71 in a newer suburban development, you've got a whole different set of headaches, like high water pressure fluctuations stressing out modern joints. It's a completely different ballgame depending on which side of town you're on. So, moving right along to Section 2, common local plumbing failures. How did these environmental stressors actually tear a system apart over time? Okay, here's a massive hidden threat: root intrusion. In established neighborhoods, those beautiful, huge, mature trees lining the streets are actively hunting for water underground. And remember that shifting clay soil we just talked about? It creates these tiny little cracks in older clay sewer pipes. The tree roots just sneak right into those cracks, grow straight inside the pipe, catch debris, and eventually, boom, complete blockage. It's literally nature taking back the plumbing. Now, if your home was built before 1970, listen up. Older homes often still rely on these outdated galvanized steel water lines that literally rust from the inside out. Are you seeing low water pressure? Is the water kind of rusty or discolored? Experiencing weird, frequent leaks? Yeah, those are massive red flags that your pipes are failing internally and choking off your water supply. And winter brings its own nightmare to those older properties, especially ones lacking good crawlspace insulation. When a cold snap hits, the water sitting in exposed pipes freezes solid and expands. It just rips the pipe wide open. But the craziest part? The real disaster doesn't happen when it freezes. It happens the second that ice finally thaws, unleashing sudden, catastrophic, and let me tell you, wildly expensive flood damage. To stop these disasters permanently, professionals have to rely on applied physics and strict rules. That brings us to Section 3, the science of plumbing codes. When making repairs, professionals have to weigh some serious engineering choices based on the plumbing code. Copper is incredibly reliable, but yeah, it's going to cost you. PEX, which is this flexible, cross-linked plastic, is absolutely fantastic because it resists freezing much better and installs super fast, making it a game changer for older home remodels. And for drain lines in cold climates like Cass County, experts specifically prefer ABS plastic. I absolutely love the science behind this next fact. Exactly 1/4 of an inch. That is the precise minimum slope required by code per foot of horizontal drain pipe. Why? It's pure physics. If it's too flat, water moves too slowly and debris just sits there causing chronic clogs. But if you make it too steep, the water actually races past too quickly and leaves the solid waste stranded behind. 1/4 of an inch is the mathematical sweet spot. Plus, plumbing isn't just about water flowing down. It's about air, too. Proper venting uses atmospheric pressure balance. The code dictates exact vent sizes so draining water doesn't create a vacuum. Without proper venting, it would literally suck the water right out of your P-traps, giving those toxic, awful-smelling sewer basses a free pass straight into your living room. The air is absolutely crucial to keeping the system flowing. So knowing all that science is great, but how do plumbers actually fix things without tearing your house apart? Let's dive into Section 4,
The three-step repair process. Local experts, like the folks at Silverline Plumbing, use a super rigorous three-step method to keep things from turning into chaos. Step 1, diagnosis and quote. No guessing here. They use high-tech video cameras and thermal imaging to find the exact issue before giving an upfront price. Step 2, the actual repair. It's totally code compliant, and they use drop cloths to protect your floors. Step 3, complete cleanup and a solid warranty, so you aren't left with a mess or any nasty surprises.
When it comes to expectations, timing is everything. Swapping out a simple faucet, you're looking at maybe an hour or two. But if that high-tech camera spots major root intrusion and a collapsed sewer line, well, now you're talking heavy excavation equipment, strict city code inspections, and easily 1 to 3 days of intense, dirty work.
We've talked about the science and the absolute worst-case scenarios. Now, let's wrap things up with Section 5, proactive plumbing protection. Let's look at the life cycle of the unsung hero of your house, the water heater. Remember that hard Harrisonville water we talked about? To fight the harsh minerals it leaves behind, you absolutely have to do an annual flush of your tank to clear out the sediment. Every few years, check the anode rod. If you stay on top of this proactive maintenance, you can safely push that water heater right to its absolute max lifespan of 8 to 12 years. And when those nasty winter storms roll into Cass County, lock this number in your brain: 55. 55 degrees is the absolute minimum indoor temperature you should ever keep your house at. Why? Because that allows just enough warm air to circulate and keep the hidden water inside your exterior walls and crawl spaces from freezing solid and exploding. It's literally the easiest, most vital step to winterizing your home. Ultimately, after diving into all the local environment challenges and the brilliant engineering keeping it all flowing, this explainer leaves us with one really critical question. Are your pipes just sitting there waiting to fail? Or are you actively protecting the invisible ecosystem behind your walls? Take a second to really think about the infrastructure in your own home before the next big freeze or shifting soil event makes the decision for you. Thanks so much for exploring the hidden anatomy of Harrisonville with me today.